So, I just got back a little while ago from the local town hall meeting here in Sarasota, Florida. And, I think it went all right. They basically, one of the many things that we're voting on was whether or not to ban or approve dispensaries within city limits. We already know Florida went medically legal. It's a restrictive program, but it's a program nonetheless. It's a step in the right direction. It's better than New Jersey's, but it's a step in the right direction. So a lot of people showed up. There's about 15 people that signed up to talk, which frankly, I'm sorry, I get the whole democracy thing, but that's too many. That's too many people. The mayor had said, that don't repeat things other people said, to save time and whatever, but it wasn't even people repeating things. It was, at the end of the day, it was things getting a little too personal, and I get it. The subject is a personal matter for some people, but I think that at the end of the day, the way that a lot of these people were talking and to the extent at which they were talking was self-defeating. According to the mayor and the other commissioners and the rest of the council, they were already on board with getting dispensaries within Sarasota. And these people were just kind of like, being activists almost for the sake of being activists about it. But the way it had to go down is because of all the problems and nonsense that went around with Florida getting its program and dates and times of things and this and that. The city council kind of backed themselves into the corner with a moratorium that basically said if they don't make a decision by this date, by X date, that, people can do whatever they want. So there was concern about, people preemptively, putting in permits to open up dispensaries if nothing at all was done. And then when they get rules finitely in place, you got these people that are grandfathered in, but I'm standing there and yes, there was a nice diversity of people. There was old people, young people, parents, this, that, whatever. I get it. But some of these people, they're a little too militant for their own good at a city council meeting. Like, I had this woman confront a private investigator and the captain of the police, confront them about their quote-unquote lying right outside the city hall, like right outside town hall. After this was all over, it's like they were waiting out there to ambush these people. And it just, I felt like at a certain point it's self-defeating. You're coming off a certain way that you don't want to come off, and you're hurting the cause and you're hurting yourself because you're making yourself look like an asshole. But it is what it is. What really got me was one of these women, some saggy-eyed, floppy-tittied old bitch, tried to tell me that addiction isn't an illness. I said, wait, what? Hold on. What? No. Wait. Please, clarify. She said, well, I'm addicted to nicotine. It's not an illness. It's a weakness. Addiction's a weakness. I said, bitch, please. I said, no. I needed to leave. I told her straight up. I said, I need to leave before, because I'm going to go off. Addiction is an illness. It has been documented medically. There is a chemical reaction in the brain and long-term rewiring of the synapses that causes addiction. There is a predisposition to addiction. There are people that have addictive personalities that become easily addicted to things more so than other people. Addiction is an illness, okay? Yes, it may be an illness that you choose to give into, but it's not always as simple as that. And for this old lady who, frankly, has never probably dealt with anything, chemical or whatever wise, even close to the realm of addiction other than cigarettes, and again, I'm not disagreeing there. I'm addicted to nicotine as well. I'm addicted to cigarettes, whatever you want to call it on that one. Yes, I'm there too. But you know what? Like, she's never tried coke. She's never tried, fucking heroin or anything. I mean, neither have I. But she's never tried any of these other drugs or really thought about the idea behind addiction. I mean, for her to just blanketly say that, I have never hit an old lady, but I swear to God, I really thought about just slapping the shit out of her for a minute. Like a good Sean Connery open palm, just to be, no, that's not okay. But after that, I had to leave. I couldn't do it, but to think that there are people out there that are, supposedly championing this cause for medical marijuana that that don't believe in that addiction is real. It's a weakness. Bitch, I'm stronger than you are, tenfold over. Not even physically. I guarantee I am mentally and emotionally stronger than you are. And I have still, at times, been addicted to things. I've gone on little gambling binges for like a week or two with some shit. Trust me. But for her to look like it's a weakness, bitch, don't even try to come at me like that. You're out your goddamn mind. So, anyway, the city of Sarasota temporarily banned it. Everybody's like, harumph. But they're really not seeing it, and it kind of bothers me, that there are these type of people out there that are fighting for the medical marijuana cause and legalization and access and compassionate care, when they actually don't even, not only do they not understand the process or the substance itself, but I'm sorry, I'm cooking chicken fingers in the process, so I'm kind of trying to do a few things. But not only do they not understand the cause, they don't understand the substance itself. Like there was a woman up there saying, she brought up Marinol. Bitch, please. Marinol was the worst idea ever, and that was basically the earliest attempt at big pharmaceutical trying to get their hands on the legal marijuana situation. But it just there was a real lack of voice from those people in regards to any sort of real scientific backing to things. But again, all this was unnecessary for the most part because the town council, the mayor and everything, they're down. Like, they're down for the cause. They get it. Like, they're all about it. It needs to be done the right way so it's not a fucking shit show. But, here these people were screaming away, hooting and hollering. And most of them they're not good public speakers. They're not proficient in it. They don't do well. They get flustered. Some of them had notes, some of them didn't. it made me weep for the cause, because I know that there are a lot of these people out there. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't go out and fight for these causes and whatnot, but frankly, if you aren't very good at public speaking, then maybe you should all get together and find somebody who is. Like me. We'll sit down, we'll go over all these notes, and we'll figure this out. Maybe I'll help you with it. Maybe I'll just do it for you. But at the end of the day, they don't hire, there's a reason they don't hire every average Joe off the street to speak at commencement speeches for colleges, and to and to be the voice for causes and things that have greater bearing. I get it. Elected public officials, they're there to serve the people, and these people are the people. These are the people that elected these mayors and whatnot into their positions, and they have the right to voice their opinion. I get it. But when you ramble on, talking all kinds of nonsense and getting super emotional and not engaging in a proper forum, you're basically pissing on the idea of democracy, and you're making yourself look like a fucking idiot. There was like I said, there was like 15 people that spoke out for getting a dispensary, getting dispensaries in the area. It was like 15 people. And as soon as the first person spoke, there were a few people that clapped, yeah, okay, I get it, cool. But the mayor said, she's like, can we hold applause till the end just so we can hear what everybody has to say, and we can kind of, get through this in somewhat of an uninterrupted fashion. Okay? And this whole time, the captain of the police department and, the private investigator gentleman that she had hired, for the department to help, throw together their argument for one way or the other, sat quietly. Everybody spoke. A lot of people spoke a little bit of nonsense. A lot of people just, were redundant and rambled on and, were fighting to find the words. I mean, one guy said quagmire like 6 times. He was like, we're going to end up in a quagmire of, and it got to the point where even people like behind us and, in the seats were like, okay, we get it, move on. But this police woman, captain, and her dude sat silent. The second they started talking, there's people in the audience trying to boo and say this and say that or whatever, and the mayor had to smack that gavel and let them know that's not okay. They sat quietly like while you talk. Now you sit quietly while they talk. That's how it works. This isn't a full-on debate. There's a point, a counterpoint, and a rebuttal. It's at the end of the day, the decision is up to the elected officials. Each side gets the opportunity to say their piece, make their point, and then we move on. The elected officials make their decision, and we move on. It's not about judging people by the way they look, but it doesn't help sometimes. When you present yourself in a presentable manner for the proper occasion, people are more likely to listen to you and understand what you are saying. When you show up to a town council meeting, in flip-flops and fucking shorts with a big-ass ponytail in the back of your head and a bald spot on top, you're looking like an old-ass hippie who just wants to get high. Whether that's the case or not, that's what you look like. There's 3 dudes in back wearing Grateful Dead t-shirts. Like, I get it. You like the band, and I'm not judging, but other people will. And, if this is going to be on TV, like, you make the whole cause look like a bunch of horse shit when you show up to a town council meeting in cargo shorts, flip-flops, and a Dead t-shirt. You look like an asshole. I just think, if more of us fighting for the cause dressed appropriately and wore a collared shirt, pants, closed-toed shoes, maybe people would take us a little more seriously. Maybe some of these town councils and some of these elected officials wouldn't look at the cause like a fucking joke. I pulled my suit out. I didn't wear a bow tie because I felt like that would maybe a little too much, but I pulled my suit out. I had my pants, my shoes, my shirt, my cuffs, everything. We were good to go. We were fresh to death. There's some asshole in back with a fucking braided ponytail. And it's not even like your hair's all long. You got a big-ass bald spot on top, and you're rocking the hard horseshoe with a big-ass ponytail on the back. That looks a certain way, and that makes you sound a certain way. You could recite the entire chemical structure of everything to do with marijuana. You could recite precedent after precedent of law, and if you're wearing flip-flops and a Dead t-shirt with half a ponytail out the back of your head, they're going to look at you like, what? At least like a pair of slacks and a lab coat. You could still rock the ponytail, but just look like a fucking human being. Don't look like you just walked off the goddamn beach and you got done smoking a joint 3 minutes before you walked in. You should be ashamed of yourselves, people.